Chapter 37 Burnt Marshmallow Bliss, Pinochle and Strawberries, Love You Camp Half-Blood. As a god, I could split myself into multiple parts. I could exist in many different places at once. Because of this, I can't tell you with absolute certainty which one of these following encounters came first. Read them in any order you like. I was determined to see all of my friends again, no matter where they were, and give them an equal amount of attention at roughly the same time. First, though, I must mention my horses. No judgment, please. I had missed them. Because they were immortal, they did not need sustenance to survive, nor did they absolutely have to make their daily journey through the sky in order to keep the sun going, thanks to all the other solar gods out there, still empowering their movements with the cosmos, and that other thing called astrophysics. Still, I worried that my horses hadn't been fed or taken out for exercise in at least 6 months, perhaps a whole year, which tended to make them grumpy. For reasons I shouldn't have to explain, you don't want your sun being pulled across the sky by grumpy horses. I materialized at the entrance of the Sun Palace and found that my valets had abandoned their posts. This happens if you don't pay them their gold drachma every day. I could barely push open the front door because months of mail had been shoved through the slot. Bills, ad circulars, credit card offers, appeals for charity like Goodwill and Dryads Without Borders. I suppose Hermes found it amusing to deliver me so much snail mail. I would have had to have a talk with that guy. I also hadn't put a stop to my automatic deliveries from Amazon's, so the portico had piled high with shipping boxes filled with toothpaste, laundry detergent, guitar strings, reams of black tablature, and coconut-scented suntan lotion. Inside, the palace had reverted to its old Helios smell, as it did every time I was gone for an extended period. Its former owner had baked the palace with the scent of Titan, pungent and saccharine, slightly reminiscent of Axe body spray. I'd have to open some windows and burn some sage. A layer of dust had accumulated on my golden throne. Some jokers had written, "Wash me" on the back of the chair. Stupid venti, probably. In the stables, my horses were glad to see me. They kicked at their stalls, blew fire, and whinnied indignantly, as if to say, "Where the Hades have you been?" I fed them their favorite gilded straw, and then filled their nectar trough. I gave each a good brushing and whispered sweet nothings in their ears until they stopped kicking me in the groin, which I took for a sign that they forgave me. It felt good to do something so routine, something I'd done a million times before. Taking care of horses, I mean, not getting kicked in the groin. I still didn't feel like my old self. I didn't really want to feel like my old self, but being in the stables felt much more comfortable and familiar than being on Olympus. I split myself into separate Apollos and sent each one of me on my daily ride across the sky. I was determined to give the world a regular day to show everyone that I was back at the reins of and feeling good. No solar flares, no droughts or wildfires today, just Apollo being Apollo. I hoped that this part of me would serve as my steady rudder, my grounding force, while I visited my other stops. The welcome I received at Camp Half-Blood was uproariously and beautiful. "Lester!" the campers cheered. "Lester! Lester? Lester!" I had chosen to appear in my old Papadopoulos form. Why not my glowing perfect god bod? Or one of the Bangtan Boys? Or Paul McCartney circa 1965? After complaining for so many months about my flabby, acne-spotted Lester meat sack, I now found that I felt at home in that form. When I'd first met Meg, she had assured me that Lester's appearance was perfectly normal. At the time, the notion had horrified me. Now I found it reassuring. "Hello!" I cried, accepting group hugs that threatened to deteriorate me into stampedes. "Yes, it's me! Yep, I made it back to Olympus!" Only 2 weeks had passed, but the newbie campers who had seemed so young and awkward when I first met them had earned themselves and carried themselves like demigods now, like veterans.